angel is communicating. How will you know if an angel is speaking to you? This is how I know if someone is lying, that an angel is speaking to him or her. An angel of the Lord told me, and I said, how did he tell you? Lakua Dakata. Let me now enter. This is now my elements. Let me now speak like a prophet. I asked you, how did he say? He said he opened his mouth. You just lied. Angels don't open their mouth to talk. How many of you have a vision? You saw an angel and say, I saw an angel, but he was silent. He wasn't silent. Why will he come to you and be silent? He was speaking, but you didn't know that he was speaking. Because they don't open their mouth to speak. They speak with their mouth closed. Because he don't need to open his mouth to speak, because you don't have to hear him with your physical ear. That is his realms. And in the realms of God, he don't need to open his mouth to talk. God can speak with his mouth closed. He can hear with that an ear. Do you think God is having ears like this, your ears? God don't have ears like your ears. He can hear with that ears. He can see with the physical eyes. Why do you think that a prophet will try to see and then a prophet will close their eyes and he's seeing? Because the physical eyes have no use when we come to seeing in the realm of the spirit. Physical ears have no use when we come to seeing in the realms of the spirit. In the realms of God, he speaks without opening his mouth. So angels too can speak without opening their mouth. So we call it ventriloquism. So the angel is ventriloquism. So they have the ability to speak without opening their mouths. The next time someone said, I saw an angel, say, what did the angel say? He said so. Ask him, how did he say it? Just intentionally ask, did he open his mouth? If he say yes, just start going, run away, he's lying. Who have ever seen an angel speak to him before? Now, all hands down. Did he open his mouth? You didn't see the mouth. Okay, but you heard him talking. All right. I want to tell you as a prophet, and I want to teach you my experiences, how angels speak. I want you to know that many men of God who said they hear from angels naturally don't hear from them. And many men of God who said they saw angels naturally, they didn't see them. But they are saying it so that they can please you. They are sensational preachers. They preach sensational message and they back it with testimonies that don't exist. Because they know that if they say that I have seen an angel right here, 3 angels at the back, there will be manifestation. Because they know that you are an emotional being, so they take advantage over your emotion, and they take advantage over your desire to be touched by God. You are ready to be touched by God, so immediately they say like that, he's touching you, he's touching you. 5 people at the back, 5 is falling, and you actually think that those 5 are actually touched by the angel. Meanwhile, there's no angel there. The angel is rather at the left side. And the angel say, what is happening in this church? So the angel himself is surprised. He's surprised that I didn't touch them and they are falling. Where I am, nothing is happening. But where I am not, something is happening. And that is what is actually happening in the church. Many people have been victims. Now, when an angel of the Lord appears to you, before he comes to you, you attract him through light. Which means you are able to know him, and which means when he comes to you, you will be able to sustain his realms. So when that angel now comes to you, you have the ability to sustain the realms of that angel. So when the angel comes to you and the angel is going to communicate with you, he may not open his mouth like the way I'm opening my mouth. He can stand and look at you, and you the one standing there. I have had many people who walked to me and came to me and said that I saw an angel of the Lord, but he didn't say anything. And that place, I just know that there was something wrong here. Why will an angel will give you permission to see him, and yet he will not say anything? Now, you may think that the angel is not speaking. He's not deaf and dumb. Just that the realms you are coming from, people speak with their mouth open. And the realms is also coming from, they speak with their mouth closed. So you may try to communicate with him, and you find it difficult to communicate. And yet he's standing right with you, and he's also communicating with you. So one of you must materialize to another one realms. And for you to even be qualified to be assigned to an angel, or for an angel to be assigned to you, number 1 qualification is that you must be born again. So after you are born again, your prayer life too must be active. You must be prayerful. Because if you are not prayerful, an angel, look, you will not be able to activate some angels in your life. You have to be prayerful. And the 3rd one is what? Light, knowledge. You have to have knowledge about them before they can even manifest in your atmosphere. So before an angel can manifest in your environment, you need knowledge about that angel. The 4th one is also that you need to have the ability to meditate. Meditation can give you quick access to the realms of angels. Meditation can activate your angel, your ability to meditate. You need the power to what? Meditate. I know some of you don't know how to meditate, and you don't even meditate. You should meditate every morning. You should not just get up. You are up, you are gone. You came back, you fell. You are up, you are gone. No, please. At least sometimes think. And I taught on 7 steps to meditation. How to meditate properly. I've taught on it before. Now, the 5th point is the tongues of angels. You can activate angels using the tongues of what? Angels. Now, in 1 Corinthians 13, Paul said, though I speak with the tongue of men. What is the tongue of men? English is the tongue of men. Spanish is the tongue of men. French is the tongue of men. So, these are tongues of what? Men. Chinese, all of them, they are tongues of men. A tongue of man is a tongue that men understand. Some may not. Far as some understand it, and it is within a particular tribe or territory, it is a tongue of what? Men. So he said, though I speak with the tongue of men or the tongue of angels. So which means there is also something called the tongues of angels, which means it is a tongue spoken in angelic realms. So if there is a tongue of men and Paul mentioned it, then there is also a tongue of angel, and he mentioned that one too. So the best way to activate them is to speak their language. So that is why sometimes when you are in troubles and don't know what to do, the best thing to do is to speak the tongues of angels. You are activating angels. You are putting angels on assignment. You are sending them. You are giving them assignment, and you yourself don't even know the assignment you are giving them. That's their tongue. You are speaking the tongues of men, the tongues of angels. How many of you discover that? I don't do my ministration with songs. I do it with tongues, speaking tongues. From this church to wherever I am invited, to everywhere. Speaking the language of the Spirit. Amen. That's the language of angels. And that is the language that is spoken in heaven. So some of you have the ability to speak heaven language, yet you don't understand it. And the Bible said, howbeit no man understandeth it, but it edifies you yourself. Why is it that you don't understand it, yet it edifies you? That is because your spirits understand it. The spirit in you understand what you are saying. And once in a while, you should be able to interpret your tongues. Because when I pray for long, I have the ability of interpreting my tongues. I can know what I'm saying in tongue. Because I have prayed and I have ascended a particular height in prayer to understand that I can discern the language that is spoken in heaven. So the language that I'm speaking, I equally know what I'm saying. So I'm saying it and I know it. We can pray here. And if I want to interpret tongues in the next 5 minutes, we can start praying, and in that next 5 minutes, I'll start interpreting your tongues for you one by one. It's just about gaining access to that height in the spirit. That gives you the ability to hear what angels are saying. There was a song I sang at the tent, and I told you it is angelic song. Those who are wise will copy that song and start singing, because you can't sing that song and angels will not join you. Because I was praying, and then all of a sudden the heavens open, and I hear angels singing. And when I was being smuggled out of heaven, I smuggled out with the song. I came out with the song in my head. So I know the song. And when I'm praying and I feel like singing it, I sing it. Now, what you need to understand is that the language angels speak is different. So the tongue of angels can activate them in your life. The other one too is when you see a man who have encountered angels, that man can pray for you and you also start seeing angels. Let me tell you this. No man can give you what he don't have. A pastor who has never seen an angel can never pray for you to see an angel. The Bible said in the book of 2 Kings, as they summoned Elisha and the servant ran to the man of God and said, Master, we are doomed, we are done. And he said, what is happening? And he said, there are armies surrounding us and they are about to finish us. The Bible said Elisha prayed for the servant's eyes that he may see, and all of a sudden the eyes of the servant saw, they opened, and he saw that those that were for them were more than those against them. Why was he able to see them? Because Elisha, there is difference between I want to see angel and I want to be seeing angels. Okay, I want to see angels. It's simple. We'll pray for you, your eyes to open, but after you see them, matter done. It's over. But if you now want to operate in the realms of angels, you will need to be introduced to them. You have to be attracted to them before they now come to you. And that is where you need the light. And as you get that light, the attraction comes and you begin to work together. But I can pray for you now and your eyes will open and you see them. And after you come out, the experience ends. Because if you don't have enough light to see them, you need the light I carry to see them. And after you use my light and I walk away from you, it's over. So like I said last week, it's like a Wi-Fi. The presence of a man of God can give you access to angelic realms. And the presence of a man too can give you access to demonic realms. Do you know some of you have had bad dreams because of someone in your room? You didn't know that, right? How many of you realize that your dreams is dependent on the environment you are inside? The environment you find yourself can alter your dream pattern. If you come to my house and dream and see a demon, then your demons are actually many. But if you go to 24/7, or they call it 24 hours, if you go to 24 hours and sleep there, you will see multitude of demons. That is because demons are working there. I'm not saying the human beings are demons, but that atmosphere has been controlled by demons. What type of a house is that people are there, and any day, any time, any hour you want, you can come and sleep with them and walk away? You should know that atmosphere has been controlled by spirits, and you can't enter there and come out alone. You must come out with a demon. So anyone who entered there, he's coming and you meet him, run for your life, because the person is coming out with what? A demon. Is a transaction, is more than sex. So the environment you find yourself determines your dream pattern. I have been to hotels, like I told you, I was in Saboba, and a particular the ghosts of that land appeared to me in that hotel room. It was a serious matter. If I was not spiritual, you would have heard that I was on my way, I traveled on my way coming back, and I died. That is why doing some of this business, if you are not actually called, don't deceive yourself. You will die early. The spirits you will meet, they will render your life useless. Because after ministration, I came to sleep, and a demon in the form of a cow appeared and said, I am the God of this land. Who gave you permission into this land? Hey, Yalada, sleep disappear. How can I sleep under a cow demon? I needed to pray. There are times a demon will appear, you will puff, but there are some demons when they appear, you can't puff, because the way he's even looking, he looks uglier than the devil himself. Amen. Now, assuming I don't know, I will just lie down, and it will be like a stomach pain. Something is pulling me, but I don't know that that's just a spear that have just passed through my stomach and came out. A demon has pierced me on my chest. Say chest. You may not die there, but that chest will kill you, because it is not a medical condition. You go to the hospital, they will check and say nothing is wrong with you. So it was that environment. Do you know that there are some demons, they will never follow you to this church, because they know that this environment is not safe for them. So they are waiting for you at the tree. When you go back, they say, welcome my sister, and you say, hey, let's go home. Don't mind that pastor, come on. That's why when you enter the church, you are angry at yourself for some of the things you did yesterday. For masturbating, immediately you enter your house. Masturbation said, I didn't come with you, I'm here. Let's do it, man. You find yourself doing that same thing you hate so much. That's why when someone is in front of the altar and say, me, I will never steal. Take it easy, get home first. Don't promise God that. You have to get home. After you have gotten home for some days and you don't think of stealing, you can now promise God that this place, you come here, this place, you say, I will serve God for the rest of my life. And they will tell you that when it's time for fundraising, 50 cities, say, I'm not giving anything. This chair, they like money. The same person who promised God that whatever you ask me, I will give. He cannot give God 50 cities. Now, what you need to understand is that environments varies, and they determine the encounters you have in life. And I told you something. A man of God who is not grown enough to have access to some dimension cannot manifest that dimension in life, in the physical. So for me to be able to bring a particular dimension of God in this church, for me to be able to bring that dimension for the civilization of men in this church, I must first of all access that dimension. If I am not able to access that dimension, I can't help enough. So when your pastor is poor, stop talking about money unless you tap that grace from another man of God. But if you submit with all your head, your nose, your mouth, your ears into that, you are going to be poor. I told you, because before Moses can deliver the Egyptians, he himself needs to be free. Before God can call you as a deliverer, he needs to deliver you first. Because how will you lead them if you cannot see? That's why Jesus said a blind man cannot lead another blind man. They will all fall in a pit. You need eyes to lead the rest. Am I communicating to you? Probably you are the first person to ever enter tertiary school in your house. Your illiterate uncle cannot deliver you because he can't see. And when we say seeing, we need light to see. And what you are learning is light. Those who are studying catering, you can be cooking food and they'll smell the food and know that it's burning. How many people are, let me not even say those who are doing catering. Ladies who have cooked over and over. You can be preparing your stew. They will look at the stew. They won't taste it and say, oh, it's okay. But you, For the first time, you are just in the kitchen. And you brought nonsense out. You have spent more than hours in the kitchen, and yet you still came out with nonsense, stupid things. So you see, the one who is able to do it in 10 minutes have light, but you don't have. And that light is not this physical light. We are talking about knowledge. Knowledge. So someone who have seen angels can lay hands on you and you start seeing something. Can lay hands on you and you start seeing something. Just like Elisha did to the servant. And all of a sudden your eyes will open, and you start seeing something. But for you to be able to sustain that level, you will need light about angels. So that's why before the end of July, the last Sunday of July, third service, I'm going to lay hands on everyone, because by that time I know that the light is enough in your eyes. Amen. And you go home with something in your eyes, because at that time you have the ability to sustain whatever you are. Any pastor who don't believe in angels is not a pastor. A pastor, you don't believe in angels and you are a pastor, how are you able to do it? Is it a VRA job? You are not working with Ghana Education Service. You are a pastor. Those that are supposed to work with you to facilitate miracles and bring deliverance to society, you don't believe in them. That's why I told you that I left one Bible school. I left there because the pastor came. Now I'm serious, so I'm damn crazy. Kind of like you came to the church and said, how many people that today is angels and we're going to be learning about angels. I was so happy because I have seen angels. I wanted to bully everybody in that class. And he said, if you have ever seen an angel, let me see your hand. And I raised my hand. He said, how? I explained. You are lying. Angels don't exist. And you are my lecturer. Angels don't exist. Since that day I left that Bible school till now, they were even calling me to come for my certificate. I said, I don't want certificate close to that Bible school. If this lecturer, you are lecturing me and you don't believe in angels and you will give me certificate, what do I need it for? We are not looking for the certificate too. Sometimes we are looking for the knowledge. And there are pastors that still don't believe in angels. I don't have a problem with a pastor who don't see angels. You don't have to see them to work with them. But I have a problem with you if you don't believe in them. Because you cannot believe in God and don't believe in angels. How is that possible? Many of you have never seen angels before, but they have worked with you all the days of your life. They have protected you from accident. So one day, I was on my way. This journey was a very important journey for me. I didn't know that thing was a slope. That was my first time riding motor there. On speed. Before I realized, I appeared in one village around Boku without my motorbike. That was when I believed that when the Bible says and flip disappeared, it is possible. I appeared there leaving my motorbike. The motorbike remained there and I disappeared. Look, I suspected myself if my mother didn't initiate me in a ghost, because my ability to disappear and appear in another village, I have to suspect myself. Do you know that some miracle can happen in your life that you begin to suspect? Is everything well? Am I sure this is God? If you have never doubted a miracle has never happened in your life. It has to happen in a way that you will doubt it. I disappeared. A village around Boku. And I was now standing there. I don't know what was happening. So I went to Boku, pick a car from Boku to Bolga, from Bolaga to Walawale, from Walawale to Langwensi. You see how God can frustrate people. So that's why the Bible said, and Philip appeared in the enrich. But after he baptized the enrich, you didn't hear what happened again. He walked back. He walked back. Sometimes God can use you and dump you. He will use you and dump you. Have you finished praying and prophesying and healing the sick and go home and there is no food to eat? And you eat Gary. Me and Lazarus, we go somewhere, we have manifested grace. He said, hey, Pastor, thank you. And we went home and ate Gary. That's what God can do. I have seen angels work in my life, physical. One day an angel of the Lord appeared to me. And when he appeared to me in the vision, he wasn't speaking with his mouth, but he could speak with his mind. I could understand him. I could hear what he's saying with that his mouth opening, and I was also speaking back in that vision with that my mouth opening. That was when I realized that the spiritual realms are different. And he was talking to me about this ministry. He opened my eyes and showed me, some of you, those who are awake, one day I put on my status, I can't remember, either 2098 or 2077. Those who are brilliant, you can still recall. That date is in my diary. He showed me, he took me, he carried me from this time into 2070 something. He carried me to those years and showed me the picture of what is going to happen, and was talking to me with that his mouth opening. And when I came out of that visit, I wrote the year down. So I'm going to be there for a long time. You better like me now, because I'm not going anywhere. At age 100, I'll still be covering miles. Today you will see an angel. In Jesus' name, an angel will appear to you, and that angel will be a blessing in your life. So angels don't communicate the way we talk. They have their own language, and they don't have to open their mouth to speak. So your ability to have light into their realms will determine whether you hear them or not. So how do they communicate? They communicate with their mouth closed, but yet you have the ability to understand. And they too, it's like mind connection. When you were kids, a stranger will come to the house, and you are there gallivanting around the stranger, and your mother will look at you, and you understand the statement. When they look at you, you will just carry whatever you are having there and disappear. Because if they look at you and you ignore that look, and the stranger go, they will barbecue you. Now, so when your mother look at you, you know what is happening. You just go away. That's how it is. An angel can look at you, and you understand what that angel is saying. Not the way your mother will look at you. You know, when your mother look at you, the facial expression, as it communicates the message. But an angel can look at you. He's not smiling, and he's not angry, yet he's speaking to you. So your ability to discern what he's saying is now dependent on your spiritual intelligence in their communication. See years. Sometimes I see years like pages of a book. It can reverse back to 18 something, and I've seen 18 something written on that year. Sometimes I can be taken back, like the way we reverse a movie. How many of you have watched a movie before? So you need spiritual intelligence into angelic communication to understand how they communicate and how they speak. So I see years like pages. It will flip back to that year, and I'll say in 1985, and the angel begin. The angel can be holding it like a book and be showing me. And sometimes he can equally take me into years, and those years can open like gates. You need to understand that 2022, there is a gate governing 2022. So before you enter 2022, you need to pass through a gate. And before you go back to 2021, you need to pass through a gate. Okay, just think about 2021. What happened to you in 2021? Something, just one thing that happened to you in 2021. Can you think about it? Who can remember something? If you can remember something, raise your hand up. What happened? You were taken from Accra back to the north. He has just opened a gate. He has just entered 2021. He has gone back to 2021. He has accessed a door. So right now, spirits have known that he has accessed a door. So when you go back and you are thinking about the past, spirits know that you have accessed a door. That's why when something evil happened to you, and you go back and open that door, anxiety, the spirit of worry, anger, depression come over, because they said he has opened that door again. Let's go. So it is possible for you to travel to 2023 now, if you know how to. Do you know that there are people that are still in 2015? They are not yet in 2022. They have been locked back in 2015. A spirit has denied them access. I have met people that are in 19 something, that the last testimony they ever got was in 1999. Up until now, nothing is working. They have been locked behind time, and you have to release those people. And your ability to release that person means that you have journey in a corridor of prayer and power, that you can travel to those gates and those years and carry that person and pass to 2022. If not, you can travel there and be trapped there as well. That's why you can pray for someone, and all of a sudden, what that person is going through, you began to go through that thing, because you have journey on a road. You are not qualified to journey. You have journey on the road of the death. It is a road of the dead. You are not qualified to journey on that road, yet you have journeyed that road. So you will be trapped there. A man of God can be doing well, and someone will come with a financial crisis because the person have met a spirit of mammon in a particular dimension in some realms, and that spirit have come against the finances of that man of God. And then, that person rather. And then the man of God will see that person, his inability to discern, he will lay hands. Before he go home, his finances is in trouble. He has lost this business. He has lost that job. He has lost that contract. He has lost that distance. To understand there is nothing for that man of God to eat. He has journeyed on a road he was not qualified to journey in. If I give you money and said it's a blessing, I am blessing you. So when I go to a member place and they did something and they say it's free, I said no. Collect. Yesterday you were there. I refused and gave him money. He's a church member. He said no, I don't want to collect it. I said no, you have to take it. It's a seed, because I am inviting you to my realms. Whatever spirit that works for me will start working for you. But if that person is like having plenty issues, and he came and sowed a seed as a man of God, you are happy, and you are eating in nyafu, that's problems, troubles. So when someone says pray for me, do you have the ability to really pray for that individual? The spirit that is fighting that person, do you have the ability to deal with that spirit? So when they are on cue and you are praying, after you reach home, what do you do? Now, there is a day coming, I will teach you what to do after ministration as a man of God. Those who are attending the Bible school, after ministration, what happened? Because after ministration, you don't just walk out, vam, 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 brum. No. Sometimes you listen to information of people, negative information, that are backed and defended by negative energy and negative forces. As you get home, at least play a sermon of a man of God, or a refreshing music, and go inside and bath. Wash that down and listen to some refreshing, so that you can restore your spirit. Because assuming you have listened to a terrible story, if you don't take time, you will find yourself in that position. The young men of God are now afraid. Yeah, it's true. You can go to 2015 and trap there if you don't have the ability to come out. So it will take a man with an anointing to journey there, release that person, cross to 2016, cross to 2015, because every gate is kept by a spirit. 1883 is kept by the spirit. I have entered that year before. I've entered that year. And after I enter into 1883, in a prophecy, I released one family, and in a dream, I had a dream, and I was in 1883 going to primary school. I said, not me, not me. And I'm serious. And the way we dressed and the hair we were having, so it was terrible. Not me. So you will see me coming now, and I'll be dressing with a trouser. One is like this, vruga, 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 vruga. I'm in 1883. I saw myself in 1883, and I was in the primary school. Do you know? Hey, can I not talk? Because I'm not revealing secrets that you are not supposed to know at your level. Do you know why some of you see yourself in college writing exams in your dreams? Some of you, it is in SS. Meanwhile, you are no longer in SS. Some of you, it is in primary school, and it is a constant dream. Meanwhile, you are not there. There is part of you that have been trapped there, you must release. Maybe a spirit has taken part of you, and the real you don't want to let it go. He keeps going back there. Sometimes it can be demotion, and sometimes it can be the voice of God communicating to you and telling you that you must travel back there and release part of you. There is a part of you that must be released. There is a part of you that has been trapped there. And I know most of you are victims of that. And some of you see yourself back in your father's house. Every day, whenever you dream, you don't see yourself in Accra, in that village. Everything in that village, everything in that village. Which means there is a part of you that has been trapped in that village. You must release it. If not, you end up going to that village. It's either you bring that part of you to join you, or that part of you bring you back to join him. That is why some people will be in the city doing well, and you see them in their village. They are dying in their village. They will go back to the village and they will end up with nothing, because there is an invitation from the village. There is a part of them inviting them to the village.